So this is a little bit more advanced. This is more for people who want to take control of their own exercise programming and know how to make strategic decisions that make sense when you're creating a workout program for structure. So let's go over how to make exercise decisions for how to strategize different bicep exercises. So what is a good approach to making decisions on what exercises you choose? For me, I use joint positions because you have to know anatomy to know what joint positions will actually alter the way a certain muscle contracts. Because changing exercises in and of itself without strategizing, does this exercise change actually manipulate how the muscle contracts? Because if it doesn't, why am I doing it? There isn't any decision that I make when I'm creating a workout that I don't have a reason for. It doesn't mean that my reason isn't always right, or I may make mistakes, but I always have a purpose and a strategy for what I'm choosing. So let's go over how we can do this for your biceps. So we have to start with anatomy, and we have to know what joints your bicep crosses. And once we know that, we can then make decisions for how we can alter joint positions to actually stimulate change. So let's go over biceps. So we have biceps here, and I do write like a third grader, so I apologize. You're gonna have to deal with it because it's been like this for a long time. So your bicep crosses two joints. So basic anatomy, your bicep crosses your shoulder and your elbow. And this means that changing shoulder positions will alter how your bicep contracts. So we're gonna write down the different joints your bicep crosses. So it's a two joint muscle. It crosses your shoulder, there's a U, and your elbow. Two joints. So we know that manipulating just these positions will change the muscle in some way. We don't necessarily know why yet, but we do know that it's going to create change. So within the shoulder, we have flexion, we have neutral, and we have extension. So these are all different shoulder motions we can play with to create change in your bicep. And with your elbow, we have pronation, supination, and we have neutral. Because your bicep attaches onto your radius, so it attaches onto this bone right in line with your thumb, and changing the position of your radius, your radial ulnar joint, will stimulate the bicep differently too. It doesn't necessarily matter how yet, but we just have to know this first. So this means that when I'm picking exercises for biceps, I'm manipulating shoulder flexion, shoulder neutral, and shoulder extended positions. Shoulder flexion is going to pre-shorten my bicep. So it's going to take the long head of my bicep and inhibit it in a sense by pre-shortening it. Now what this doesn't matter yet, but it is a way to strategically change the musculature and how that muscle contracts. When you go into a shoulder extended position, like you're doing seated biceps with it on an inclined bench, and you have the dumbbell behind your torso, that pre-stretches your bicep, and that creates length. And that extra length theoretically helps engage your bicep a little more and activate it a little bit more, because more length means it has more ability to shorten. And we have your basic neutral shoulder position, so arm at your side, where you can just do standard curls, either from neutral here, so like hammer curls where your palms are facing your hips, or supinated curls, or you can play with pronation as well. So you have all these choices, but notice that I'm not just going into the gym and going barbell curls, preacher curls, supinated curls with dumbbells. I'm not just going in and randomly picking exercises. They're all based on how can I manipulate joint position to alter muscle contraction, because that's all we have to play with to actually change how the muscle functions. And anatomy will help you. And in a lot of these courses that I'm going to create, it's going to teach you how, for all different muscles, to make decisions based on creating real change, not random social media videos where you're just kind of doing stuff and you don't know why. Because knowledge is power, and the more you know, the more you can take this power into your own hands and make the decisions that are best for you.